that's what you're doing, please.
What do you mean? What you doing?
Well, I'm at work. I'm a police officer.
I'm at work.
So,
I'm not a police officer, but I'm at work.
Right, okay. Just
wait, can I ask a question?
Yes.
What are you coming out mob-handed for? Has anyone committed any crimes? Done anything wrong?
I don't know yet until I've spoken to you. Because I've had some information that you've been flying a drone over the backyard.
Would that be a criminal offence if we had?
Yes.
It would. And what
not because you've flown it over the backyard, because you're not allowed to fly drones within a certain distance of buildings.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Off it on.
Yeah.
So you know the drone legislation, do you? Because by the sounds of that statement you've just made, I'd say you don't know what you're on about, if I'm honest.
Okay.
But another question for you. Are you videoing?
Yes.
Can you tell me why you haven't told me? Because
it's written here.
Well, I'm dyslexic, sir.
Okay.
It's not okay.
You don't know.
It's not okay because it's all right saying it's. How do you know I can read? How do you know I'm not short-sighted?
All right.
It's not all right. It's not okay.
I've just started speaking to you, haven't I?
Aye.
The opening exchange shows uncertainty in how the situation is being assessed. The officer initially states that flying over the yard is not allowed, but then shifts to a different explanation focused on distance and proximity. This change in reasoning suggests a lack of clarity about the specific legal framework being applied in the moment. At one point, the officer also indicates uncertainty about the exact legislation, which raises questions about how the decision is being formed. Despite this, the discussion continues with the same position being enforced, even as the justification appears to change. The result is a confusing exchange where the legal basis for the intervention is not clearly or consistently explained.
The first thing you should have done, excuse me, you're talking over me now.
The issue is that I've had information that you're flying that drone over this backyard.
Alright,
okay. So you're under arrest at the moment, okay?
Wow!
You don't have to say anything but me, how many defensive mention questions, so we can later on in court and you do see it, maybe give them evidence, sorry.
Okay. I'll tell you now, the law, the drone legislation is anything under 240...
one of the males at the moment to establish what's going on. If we could have another car here, please.
So am I detained or arrested?
No, you're under arrest.
Right, wait there, mate, because this is a couple of £100 worth of fucking equipment, right? And don't you be breaking it. You break any of this, right, and you'll be paying for it. Alright, don't snatch off me. Right? I won't. I'll do it in my own time, when I want, how I want. You're getting sued for it, you know.
Okay.
Believe.
That's fine.
So what's your grounds for arresting me then?
Sorry?
What's your grounds?
I'll get to the grounds in a minute, alright?
Don't touch me, mate.
Okay.
No, you've arrested me, so tell me what for?
To prevent any harm, okay?
Any harm of what?
To prevent harm, because I don't know what... I need to establish what you're doing, okay?
Well, if you'd have asked, I'd have told you.
This is a police station, okay?
This is the point where the situation escalates significantly. The concern raised is that physical intervention and restraint appear to take place before the legal grounds for detention are clearly explained on scene. Under normal policing procedure, officers are expected to clearly communicate the reason for any detention and the legal basis for it at the earliest opportunity, in line with established safeguards such as those set out in PACE guidance. The criticism here is that those explanations were not made clearly before enforcement action began. When the possibility of legal challenge is mentioned, the officer's brief response is also highlighted as part of the wider concern about how seriously accountability is being treated in the moment.
I've been informed by another police officer that you're flying a drone over the backyard, okay?
Right.
I don't know what your intentions are, okay?
Okay. Haven't you had the letter off the NCC? Huh?
What?
You haven't had the memo, have you? You fucked up, mate. Let's put it that way. You have fucked up.
Well, if I've mucked up, I've mucked up, okay?
You fucked up. Them are digging and me, can you loosen them, please? Can you all identify yourself?
My code was 1959.
I can't read, I've already told you that.
My code was 1959.
Go on then, miss.
PCSO 5628.
5628. Where are you based at, miss?
Right here.
Right there. Okay.
6928 base at Russian.
Yourself, sir.
078 base here.
Okay. Now what?
9078.
88.
Yep.
What have you ate for your dinner, like? No, but it's mad the way you say 8, you know. It is. Because like 8 to me is like I've just ate my dinner. What about you? Behind me, Clarence. Tyrant features. What about you? Will you put that back on my shoulder, please?
Sorry?
Don't be sorry, just be careful, because you haven't been up an hour, have you? You
sorry?
Fucked up, you big time.
Well, that's fine.
No, it's not fine, sir, because that's why people like me come in.
The issue being raised is whether proper procedure was followed and whether the grounds for such a serious escalation were clearly communicated at the time. School. The justification given during the interaction is framed around uncertainty about the auditor's intentions. The concern raised is that uncertainty alone is not the same as reasonable suspicion, which is generally required before any detention or enforcement action can be justified. The point being made is that lawful activity, such as filming in public, should not automatically be treated as suspicious simply because its purpose is not immediately understood. The difference between curiosity, uncertainty, and actual grounds for intervention becomes central to the disagreement. It is also highlighted that guidance exists within policing frameworks stating that public filming, on its own, should not be treated as suspicious without additional supporting factors. The issue raised here is whether that guidance was properly considered during the interaction. Before continuing, there is also mention of a separate project being developed aimed at explaining legal powers and policing processes in a more accessible way. The idea is to help people better understand how laws apply in real situations, including when escalation may or may not be appropriate.
Don't tighten it off. You've got no warrant. You've got no warrant to tell me.
Okay,
Yeah, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Don't turn it off.
I've got mine
do not
on.
turn it off.
Okay, so I don't need a...
Back. I'm stood outside Washington. So I was arrested. Took all the way to Sunderland, guys. They took me all the way to Sunderland. But listen, the two cops that come and got me, I swear down, I've never met two coppers like that in my life. Proper sound as. You know, they got me in front of the custody sergeant and they looked into it and basically they were like, what you doing here? So it didn't okay for me to be detained, and I was let go. We came back to Washington and he come down and gave me a piece of paper and said, we're keeping you. I said, listen, give me my equipment back. Everyone's a winner, so everyone's learned something. You've learned something, I've learned something. You know, I'm trying to be nice to get me. Anyway, I've got my equipment back. And what it is, and that's why we do what we do, guys, because of people like him who you've just...
The broader takeaway from the incident is reflected in how the case was ultimately resolved outside of the initial confrontation. Settlements in police-related disputes generally occur when continuing to defend a case becomes difficult based on the available evidence and recorded accounts, rather than as an admission of wrongdoing in itself. Looking back at the interaction, the concern raised is that the sequence of events appeared unclear, particularly around when grounds for detention were communicated and how enforcement steps were explained at the time. Questions are also raised about whether key procedural safeguards were clearly followed during the escalation. From the auditor's perspective, the encounter did not result in any charges or formal action continuing beyond the initial detention, and the matter was ultimately closed without further legal consequences. Overall, the incident is presented as an example of how quickly misunderstandings about authority, procedure, and lawful public activity can escalate into formal enforcement. Situations that later become difficult to justify or sustain.